Welcome to the Arun Church podcast, where our mission is bringing life to everyone, everywhere, every day. Each podcast episode features the latest talk from our church, which are released weekly. We're passionate about Jesus, love to worship together, and are committed to changing our community for the better. Connect with us at arunchurch.com. Great, that's good. I'm going to welcome up Matt Pollard to the stage. Let's give him a round of applause. This is Matt, everybody, if you've never met Matt before. So Matt, tell me, how long have you been in Arun Church for?
So I've been coming to Arun since I was 8 or 9.
Yeah.
So that's 21 years this year.
Wow. And tell us a bit about, you got Hayley here, who you're married to down
Harley.
here. Harley, sorry. It's because Kieran and Hayley are getting married next week. I have to practice the name, otherwise you get it wrong, don't you? But yeah, you don't, obviously.
I don't get it wrong, no.
You're all right, aren't you? Yeah. So how long have you been married for?
I've been married 5 years to my beautiful wife Harley, and we've been together 8 years this year.
Okay, brilliant. Yeah. So Matt is going to he's taking over AYP, which we're going to talk about in just a minute. But the first thing I thought was, it would be really good just to get to know you. And some people do know you really well, don't you? You run a life pod, don't you? Yeah. And you've been in the church for a very long time. So tell us a little bit about you and your life.
So I moved to Littlehampton when I was 6 or 7 years old, from Winchester, where I was born, and with my sister, my stepbrother, stepmum and dad. The first sort of big thing that happened was joining a breakfast club at my local primary school, and John Jolly was there, and I said as a child, when I'm older I want to be John Jolly. So on the way, but I didn't realise that at that point I meant I want to be a Christian. There was someone in my life who showed unconditional love, who throughout my childhood was just there offering support with no reason to. There was no service involved, it was just offering breakfast. But that was something that really changed my life as a child. So I got involved in the church quite quickly, and I used to come with my auntie, fake auntie, like family auntie, Saram, and just made loads of friends at school that were Christians, and have been coming since secondary school, really seriously.
How did you meet God? What do you think your journey towards God was?
I've got some really big key moments. Fruits of the Spirit was a massive thing for me. That was Amanda Hills at Soul Survivor. So shout out to Amanda, just spending time after worship thinking, curiously, what is God going to do in my life, and which gift do I want to ask for? And Ali Groves praying over me and prophesying and giving me words of encouragement as a teenager. That really helped. But Soul Survivor for me was huge. Worship at the Wickbourne Centre. And then as I kind of got to 16, 17, it was like a really hard decision to you stick with the church life or you can stick with the secular life. I was quite rogue and I did both. And I was the light in the dark and brought many more people to church, many more people into that positive sort of, this place loves a lot of people, we're all broken here, and promoted that, but then struggled with quite a few bereavements in my family and in the church. We had quite a few in 1 year. And I had to take time away from that and try and find God in the small moments, in the quiet spaces. And it was Beach Hut that brought me back. I came to Beach Hut and God, I walked through the doors over there and God hit me. It hit me so hard. He gave me the biggest hug that I've ever had in my life and said to me, I never left you, I never turned my side, and wherever you go, I will be there. And I thought, this is the moment. I need to come back. I need to get baptised. I need to make that commitment and not go back from that world. And I've been at church ever since that day. And yeah, church is family to me. So thank you, everyone. So
have you had you had some challenges in your life? What do you think have been the biggest challenges for you?
There's lots of challenges. Even though I'm really tall and like the tallest person here, people might often think I'm the strongest, and I've always had to be really honest with my struggles. Anxiety from such a young age, body confidence. I've had periods of low mood and struggled with debt. And church for me, it was lifeblood. It was people in my lifeblood that I shared stuff with, and prayer and just soaking in worship. And I used to walk along the seafront when I lived at the beach and would just listen to God, listen to worship music and think, right, okay, I've shared it now, I've given it to God. Like Chrissy said, let go, let God. That's really important to me. And working out how much is God and how much is you, and having to give over the control. It was really scary at that time as an 18, 19-year-old, where you're kind of taught that at 18 you need to take control of your life and sort your stuff out. It was hard to say, let God and see what happens. So had those struggles, but one thing I'll always say is share your struggles, don't keep them on your own, whatever they are. There is nothing, God knows everything, so whichever shadow you try and hide a problem in, God will find it and God will work through that. But you need to talk to people. And
you've actually done something about that, haven't you? In that you do walk and talk. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so in 2020 I set up the Men Walk Talk charity. So I'm a founder and CEO of a charity that organises and facilitates walks for guys across the UK. We've got a team of 30 volunteers across the UK, and we're just popping up walks everywhere we want to see more guys have an open space where they can have someone that's not going to judge them, someone that's going to listen to them. And without it being a Christian charity, my ethos and my sort of culture of just no problem is too big, and no problem is something that we can walk away from, has trickled down to all of the volunteers. So they're doing that every Saturday, Tuesday. There's different walks during the week, but more guys are speaking and more guys are talking to people, and they're going back and having happy families, happy work life. And that came about after some really hard work stress things that I was going through. But also the recognition that men and dads that I was working with would really struggle with talking about their problems. So, yeah.
And, that's brilliant. It's a brilliant thing that you not only you recognise the need in you, but also that you've done something to help other people as well, to give a space for that to happen. And, of course, the other thing that you have been involved in is AYP, Arun Youth Projects. Yeah. Can you just tell us, for those people in here that don't know what Arun Youth Projects is, what is Arun Youth Projects? How is it part of the church? What's happened?
So Arun Youth Projects, it's been named quite a few different things over the last 12 years that I've been involved, but it is the community arm of the church. So we are the front line for young people. We're working with young people in youth clubs. We do targeted support like mentoring and pop-ups in schools and things. And detached work I've been heavily involved with Emily and Stacey. And we go out on the streets, similar to the guys who walk on the streets for the church. But actually we walk on the streets to approach young people, whatever they're doing, and to be Jesus in their life. So I'm repeating what I experienced as a child. I had someone that had my corner, and I'm now doing that for the young people on the streets and the young people that come to our youth clubs. And we've got an amazing community youth work team, some who don't come to church, but they understand where we want to go as Arun, and they understand that we are the people that need to be the people that effectively I was supported by, and that the young people, we want them to be supported by now. Because one day they might find Jesus, because they might just try and work out what makes us different, and that thing that makes us different is that we have Jesus in us and we have that light of God with us all the time.
That's amazing. And so how many youth clubs do you do? You go out and you do detached youth, and it's paid for by the town council, yeah?
Yeah.
And so the town council have commissioned us as a church to do that in this local area. How many youth clubs do you have?
So we have 3 youth groups in Littlehampton, and that's at the Keystone and Southfields. And then we have a Rustington Youth Centre, which I manage at the moment. And then we have detached work. And we've got a new youth club opening in Wick soon with the town council in partnership, and we're hoping to work from there when that new building opens. So.
And then how many youth workers do you have?
Not fully au fait with the staff numbers at the moment because I haven't officially started. I start next month, but I think there's about 12 staff, and we've got a group of volunteers, and we've got young leaders as well, and we're always looking for more support. So, yeah, reach out if you'd like to offer anything.
And what's the vision with young leaders? What do you do with them?
So, young leaders, I was really fortunate to work with Zoe Parvin years ago as a youth. I started volunteering at 12 at all the after-school clubs at the Wickbourne, and to recommend any teenager here to get involved in any sort of children's work. It's where I learnt so many skills, and it's helped me massively in my career. So anything you can do, give your heart to it, and it will change your pathway. So Zoe taught me a lot with children's work and family work, and how to do that for the church, and what that means. And sort of going forward, I want to develop our young leaders to be more confident, so that when they are confident and qualified, I want to give them some training and to put them through a pathway so they can leave at 18 with something on paper that their next employer can trust and say, actually, these guys have done this for many years. Because I was 18 facing walls, and I've got like a saying that when I built doors where other people saw walls. That's my favourite thing to say, because at 18 I was told you couldn't do that, you haven't got experience, you can't do that, you haven't got the qualification. So I couldn't be a manager, I couldn't be promoted in my work, so I started a charity, and now I'm a CEO. So, yeah.
Wow. What an amazing thing that's happened in your life. What do you think are the biggest challenges for the young people in our community right now?
I'd like to say it's changing, but poverty is a big issue still. The cost of living crisis that we're all facing. I've recently, in the last 5 years, worked in the youth mental health and exploitation world, and that's been really, really tough because it happens on our doorstep. It's happening in Littlehampton. It's happening across the board for teenagers. It's children not being seen and not being heard, people not having the time to listen fully to what they're saying. You've got to give them both ears when you're listening to them to understand what's really going on and be curious. So, yeah, I think the exploitation and mental health crisis at the moment it's scary. But, yeah, I trust God and trust that he'll work through that, and he has done in my career, and I've seen children's lives turned around.
Is it ever very challenging for you as youth workers? How does it, is it difficult sometimes? How is it?
Yeah, you have to be really boundaried with sort of taking things home. So I was taught at a young age to wear one backpack to work and wear another backpack home, and you take it off at the door. It's just like a little analogy. But what I love is knowing that at our youth groups previously, and I've started doing it again, is that we, even if the workers aren't Christians, we pray before the doors open, and just pray that God blesses that space and blesses us all with the strength to take whatever comes. As a church organisation that's always managed the youth services for me, I've always known that I can come into the office and I can share and offload, and I've got a really good team of people that I can speak to about the struggles. But yeah, it's making sure you don't take it home and don't try and fix the world, because that is let go, let God. Comes back to that. Do what you can within your control and then trust God. So.
That's amazing. And lastly, so you now have, Emma Biffy was amazing, wasn't she? She's been leading it for many, many years, and part of the church staff team for many years. You've just taken over, or you're starting in September, yeah? What's your vision? What would you like to see happen with Arun Youth Projects?
I'd love to see it just grow as a service and offer more support from more people. I'd like to say we've got a big team. We have, compared to what I worked in previously, but I'd like to see that team grow. I'd love to see our volunteers grow and have more opportunities to not have to close sessions. Sometimes we have to have holiday or sickness happens and we have to close that session and not have a bank of people that we can call up and say, it's 6 o'clock, can you come in an hour facilitate a youth club. That does happen, unfortunately, but we're humans, we're working with humans. I'd like to see our service develop into more mentoring and bringing back a service that offers that targeted support to young people that might be referred to us from the local authority or early help and different organisations that recognise that need. Because we do have people really value our youth projects. Working in the local authority the last 5 years, I developed that connection where social workers would contact the church and ask for mentoring, or to ask for the detached workers to go to certain places to reach those children and young people. And that's because there isn't other services. So while we're here and while we've got this amazing offer, let's put it out there but be valued for that and see what we can get from other organisations to grow. So yeah.
That's incredible. Wow, thank you so much, Matt. It's so good to hear your story, and we really pray blessing over you.